Okay, imagine this. You're deep in a jungle, right? The air's thick, smells like, ancient earth. And then you just stumble upon this structure.
Yeah.
Huge, made of these massive stones. Clearly took incredible effort. But it's not finished. Just standing there like a silent testament to some forgotten dream. This isn't some lost city fantasy. It's actually an amazing piece of water engineering tucked away in a really unexpected part of the world.
And that's exactly where we're heading in this deep dive. We're talking about the ancient stone canal of Rambakan Oya. It's in eastern Sri Lanka.
Right.
And it's a genuine archaeological puzzle.
So our goal today, our mission, if you like, is to sort of unpack the story of this place. We want to distill what makes it so incredible and give you a really solid grasp on why it's still such a captivating mystery for historians, for engineers, everyone really. It's definitely more than just a pile of old rocks. It's like hitting pause on history, Makes you ask some big questions about how ancient societies worked. So let's get into it. This engineering marvel. What we see today are these ruins, this massive canal made of interlocking stone, right near the modern Rambakan Oya reservoir in eastern Sri Lanka. And it's way more complex than just digging a ditch.
Oh, absolutely. And what's really key here is its place in history. The sources we have suggest it's one of the island's very earliest and honestly most sophisticated examples of hydraulic ingenuity.
Hydraulic ingenuity.
You mean like advanced water systems?
Exactly. Managing water was everything for farming, for daily life back then. To see that level of skill with water dating back so far, it's really something.
And the construction itself, it's kind of mind-boggling, isn't it? We're not talking about just piling up stones.
Not at all.
It's described as a mega granite structure. They use these enormous granite slabs.
Huge slabs. And they were precisely interlocked. Think of them like, giant stone puzzle pieces fitting together perfectly. Wow. And that wasn't just to make it look neat, presumably.
No, it was functional. That tight fit was absolutely crucial for creating a watertight seal. You're dealing with immense water pressure, and they didn't have modern concrete or anything.
Right.
So that interlocking was key for stability and for holding the water. It just shows an incredible understanding of, structural mechanics for that era.
And the scale.
Well, the design apparently had twin channels, and the whole thing spans roughly, 115 to maybe 366 feet.
366 feet. That's like longer than a football field.
Pretty much. Imagine building a river out of granite that long without any modern cranes or heavy machinery.
That's incredible. And the dating. What are we talking?
The sources point as far back as the 3rd century BCE.
3rd century BCE. That is astounding.
It really is.
So, okay, that leads to the big question. What was it for? Why build something so huge and complex back then?
Well, the prevailing theory is that this channel was meant to drain an ancient reservoir. It was probably part of a much bigger irrigation plan.
Irrigation.
Yeah.
So vital for farming in the area.
Absolutely vital, yeah. And there's even some speculation, educated guesses that it might have been commissioned by powerful kings. Names like Giriabaya or Sadatisa, rulers from that same 3rd century BCE period, get mentioned.
So royal backing, a massive project.
It suggests real ambition behind it.
But, and this is where it gets really interesting, despite the obvious scale, the incredible craftsmanship we just talked about, it looks like it was never actually finished.
That's it. That's the twist.
What does that even mean for a project this enormous to just stop? What are the implications?
Well, that's the absolute core of the mystery, isn't it? This unfinished structure, it's like hitting pause on history, as you said. It really forces us to think about things we might overlook with ancient mega projects.
Like what?
Like how vulnerable they were. Was it politics? Maybe a sudden change in power? A new king came in and said, nope, different priorities.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Or maybe it was something environmental. A huge drought or a massive flood that just sucked away all the resources or manpower.
Or maybe they hit a snag they couldn't solve.
Exactly. Maybe an unforeseen technical problem, something they just couldn't engineer their way around back then. So Rambakan Oya, it just stands there, this silent reminder that even the grandest plans, the most brilliant ideas, could be derailed. Not necessarily by lack of skill, but just by the intense pressures of the time.
So it's less a failure of the engineering itself and more about the fragility of, keeping such a massive undertaking going in that era.
Precisely. It's a powerful idea.
And what's really amazing, though, is that even though it wasn't finished, it wasn't just abandoned and forgotten either. It seems like it still held value for centuries.
Absolutely. That it survived and was apparently even maintained, that tells us a lot. We actually have some pretty solid evidence for that. There's a stone slab inscription dated to the 12th or 13th centuries.
Wait, 12th or 13th? That's like 1,000 years, almost 1,500 years after it was started.
Exactly. A millennium later. And this inscription specifically names local artisans Liana Nayakayan and Kanafkan Vahansi and credits them for its upkeep.
Wow. So generations of people looked after this unfinished thing. What does that suggest about how important these water systems were, even if they weren't fully operational as intended?
It just underlines how absolutely critical water management was. I mean, for survival, for prosperity, especially in farming societies. Even an incomplete canal like this one probably offered some benefit.
Right. Maybe it diverted some water locally or helped with floods.
Could be, something like that. The fact that people were tasked with maintaining it centuries later suggests it was still seen as a vital piece of infrastructure, even if it wasn't fulfilling its original grand design. It was an investment that kept paying off in some way. It shows a real pragmatic side to ancient engineering, making use of what you have.
That's a fascinating perspective. So that covers its incredible past, this story of ambition and, well, surprising resilience. But what about Rambakan Oya now? What's the site like today?
Well, today the canal ruins, and they sit alongside this mile-long earthen, basically a huge earth dam from the Mahal Watala Kandia Dam project. The whole area is now officially recognized. It's a government-designated protected archaeological monument.
Protected. Okay, so preserved. Does it feel like a tourist spot or more rugged?
Oh, definitely rugged. It's largely overgrown. You're talking jungle reclaiming it. Access is only via these rough trails.
So not many visitors then.
Very few, actually, which in a way helps preserve that sort of enigmatic, untouched feeling. You really feel like you're discovering something hidden.
I can picture that. Standing there, jungle sounds all around, looking at these massive stones that have been sitting there for over 2,000 years.
Yeah, it's a pretty rare kind of experience. Very pristine.
Which I guess brings us back to why this place is so captivating. It's that mix, isn't it? The sheer scale of the stonework, the obvious ambition behind it.
And then the mystery of it being unfinished.
Right.
It hints at this whole lost chapter of water engineering history that we're still trying to piece together, but it offers so many insights.
So if you're someone interested in, say, ancient engineering or deep history, or even just exploring places way off the usual path,
then yeah, this is a seriously compelling site. What part of it really grabs you thinking about it now? Is it the size, the puzzle of why it stopped, or just the fact that this ancient skill endured?
it's a lot to think about. And
Yeah.
just for context, if you're ever trying to picture where this is, it's about 17 kilometers or so from Maha Oya town out in the eastern province of Sri Lanka.
Right, and the access typically is via this turnoff from the road leading to the modern reservoir. The ruins themselves are just before you get to the big dam embankment.
Okay, so we've really dug into the incredible ingenuity behind Rambakan Oya, this really perplexing fact that it was never completed, and yet its legacy somehow endured, looked after for centuries.
That's quite a story. Ancient ambition, skill, mystery, resilience, all wrapped up in one site.
But it does leave you with a final thought, doesn't it? If something this big, this complex, could be started with such vision and then just left unfinished, hidden away for centuries until rediscovered, it makes you wonder.
Wonder what?
Well, how many other incredible, maybe unfinished ancient marvels might still be out there? Still hidden, undiscovered? What other blueprints of human ambition, what other feats of engineering might just be buried under layers of time and jungle, waiting to tell us their stories, and maybe even tell us why they too are never quite finished?